Everyone, welcome to my channel GSP Studies. Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds. Start. India sharply diversified its liquefied petroleum gas sourcing during the West Asia conflict, increasing imports from the US, Iran, and several other countries to reduce dependence on the Gulf region, while state owned fuel retailers absorbed much of the surge in international prices to shield households. Before the conflict, roughly 90% of India's LPG imports came from West Asian suppliers, leaving the country heavily exposed to regional disruptions. By April 2026, the United States accounted for nearly one third of India's LPG imports, up from just 8% in February, according to a CRISIL report. The shift was aided by a 2.2 million ton per year LPG supply agreement signed with the United States in late 2025, equivalent to about 10% of India's annual import requirement. Iran also re entered India's import basket, accounting for around 6% of April imports, while supplies were sourced from countries like Argentina, Chile, France, and the Netherlands. The diversification helped maintain supplies during the conflict but came at the cost of longer supply chains and higher freight expenses. The disruption nevertheless weighed heavily on demand. LPG consumption fell to 2.47 million tons in April from 3.2 million tons in February, as tighter availability and rising prices curbed usage. After growing 6% to a record 33.2 million tons in fiscal 2026, India's LPG consumption declined 13% year on year in both March and April, before falling 20% in May. Commercial and industrial users bore the brunt of the decline, with consumption dropping more sharply than household demand, as market linked customers responded quickly to higher prices and supply constraints. CRISIL said the conflict also triggered a sharp increase in global LPG prices. The Saudi Aramco contract price, the benchmark for Indian imports, rose 46% between February and June, as markets priced in supply risks and elevated freight costs. However, the increase was only partially passed on to domestic consumers. The price of a 14.2 kg household's LPG cylinder in Delhi rose about 10% between February and June, while the price of a 19 kg commercial cylinder surged more than 79%. ভিডিওটি ভালো লেগে থাকলে লাইক, শেয়ার এবং সাবস্ক্রাইব করে পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনটি প্রেস করে রাখুন সবার আগে নোটিফিকেশান পেতে। থ্যাঙ্কস ফর দিস ভিডিও।